Hi there, I'm Shauna from Infinity Readings. This is going to be the reading for the Scorpio male single. Hey guys, I wanted to take a minute here just to kind of acknowledge what I've done for this winter season. I managed to change up a few things. I vamped the logo a little bit. I actually got Aaron at Active Dynamics here. He has managed to make my intro for me, so I'm very thankful for that. He did a great job. I couldn't have done it. So thanks, Aaron, for that. I appreciate it immensely. And also to Ikson for my theme music. Is beautiful, upbeat, happy tunes. I can't get enough. I am now going to his page because it's just that great. It's all good gravy stuff. So I couldn't have revamped my winter season without these dudes around me, so I'm lucky enough to have them in my corner. So thanks guys. Ikson, great work. Aaron, thanks again, great work. So take care guys, enjoy your season. And Ikson, if you ever want a reading, just hit me up, man. Just email me. I will kick in and we'll set something up. In the meantime, take care, have fun you guys, and enjoy the reading. So I'll go over the three generals and we'll get into it and see what we can figure out. Hopefully we'll get through some clarity to move you forward. The first card I get for the male single, Scorpio, is altruism. So this is a good place. Remember from my last reading, the Scorpio kind of was getting bumbling around here a little bit. But I think there was a difference between the single and the coupled. But nonetheless, altruism is his goal here. He's trying to be the best he can be and go outward in that. Okay? Be pure and true and just. So that's the head of the main energy here. So that's a good energy driving you. If you want one to be in charge, that's the one. The next card we get for the overall energy is perfection. So there's a sense here this man is still trying to perfect things about himself, or the sense they're giving me is the world around him. He wants things to be perfect, not necessarily within himself, but around him. So he's going to be keeping that on high alert, okay? Now the next card we get is chaos, and this man is usually right in the muck of it. So he cannot seem to get away from chaos, so that is off in the corner. It can be swept away, so we'll see how it affects the rest of the reading. Now I'm going to get into the main cards here and start getting into the characters, see what happens. Now the first card I get is the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands here, it's almost about energy as in untapped. Okay, so there's a lot of fiery energy, and this may be the chaos that I'm picking up from the overview here, but nonetheless, Five of Wands is about fiery energy that is kind of just spurting all over the place, no direction, nowhere to go. There's nothing else in the cards but the fire, the energy, and all this passion. So what's going on? The next card we get is the Tower, which is interesting. So the Tower usually comes down when we are not listening to our instinct, not following the right way. Tower comes in to kind of clear things out so that you can go the right way. So there seems to be this kind of a moment coming up here, okay? And the next card as we move in is the Eight of Pentacles. Now the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in overtime, but they're giving me a sense here of hobbies. There's something to do with the redirection of energies here. Something about, you know, we're kind of getting sidetracked here with hobbies or things on the side that we're doing for our own pleasure, but we're getting a lot of fiery energy and things are collapsing in other areas. So we need to look at that, and we're kind of we're distracting ourselves is the sense I'm getting. So as we move to the last card on the first line, we get the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is, you know, they can be messengers. I mean, fire, news, energy, action. So what we're doing here is we're going to get a message that is going to call us into action. But it seems like we're going to be distracted by something else here. And I feel like it's strategically so that we don't have to deal with this information, because I feel like the Scorpio male single, he sees this coming and he's trying to avoid this message coming through, or whatever it is that calls him to action. There's something here, and the Tower's right in the midst of it, and it's almost like he's not being affected. He's acting as if it's not going to affect me. I don't have to act. I don't have to, oh well, it's done, you know, like there's some kind of in effect here. He's supposed to be affected by this and supposed to create motions forward, and he's just not being affected is the sense I'm getting. He not only does he kind of know that it's there, but he's not going to react to it. Okay, that's really what I'm kind of ignoring this. I'm ignoring. So that's the energy I'm getting in the first line. The next card, or the first card in the next line with the Dreamers Tarot, is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is about walking away. Now that's right under the Five of Wands, which is that fiery energy that I felt had no, it's like you're fired up, but you got no direction for that passion or whatever it is. And it could be an angry passion, or it could be, you know, passion period. But underneath that, we got the Eight of Cups, so that's interesting. Walking away or taking. Yeah, we put work and effort into something, and now we've decided we got to leave it because it's not going to benefit us anymore, and we're deciding to go in a different direction. So the next card after that is the Temperance, and it's directly kitty corner here to the Five of Wands. And if we get into the Five of Wands energy, that's all that passion and spark, and I feel like it's more in an I wouldn't say angry kind of way, but it's like chaotic, right? The chaos, here it is, it's there, and that's what's happening. And this is the tempering we're going to have to do. I feel like we're getting upset and angry and worked up about things, and the Eight of Cups, we're turning our back on it, but we have to watch our temper while we do this, while we go through this phase, they're saying. Now the next card we get is the Two of Cups. Now the Two of Cups may be, well, the area that this is coming to be. Maybe we're getting fired up in the area. We got a lot of passion. Something hit here, and we have to make decisions. But again, that feeling that the male is just going, I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear. So this is the single again. I have to remember that. Two of Cups. So there's some kind of a deep connection here happening, but I feel like a lot is chaotic, right? We're turning our back maybe on a possible situation that we could get into here. We're single. And I don't feel, even though that's a bad thing, I think we put a lot of work, we're just not seeing effort. And it may be just kind of a dating scenario, and it may be just a short-term thing. It's like, yeah, I just don't want to take another step further with that one. So then they're going, you know, be careful how you treat this one at the end of that. Don't go giving off sparks of anger because something didn't go your way. Just refocus in a new direction. And then the Two of Cups is about a good connection, right? So we may have had a dating scenario that didn't go good, and it kind of caused our tempers to flare. Maybe there was more expectation there than we got. And then the Two of Cups is about something coming in. But again, the Temperance, so be careful with that. Page of Swords is about something we need to think about. The Page of Swords is thoughts, energies, messengers, thought messengers, right? Those thoughts that go through your head about someone that you are finding a deep connection to, or carrying outwards to. Like there's a meeting here. So there's someone here that you've come across just recently, or will be in the winter season, that is really kind of, you feel on all levels a good connection. And then the Page of Swords is you kind of sitting there, maybe because of what you went through in the past, going, well, I got to review this. I got to look for all these signs. There's signs here. What's good, what's not. Taking a tally, that kind of thing. Now, as we get into the Lenormand, we kind of split up the energies and work into the intimate side. So on the 8 of Cups, we get the 10, the Scythe. Now, walking away, cutting things off. So it seems like there was a relationship here that ended, and that was kind of handled in a bad way. Because the Scythe is doing things like, I'm cutting it out, and I don't give a darn what you think or how you think, and I'm not taking note of your feelings, and I'm certainly not thinking about karma coming back to me. So there's something here, you got angered, and you took your temper outward, and that kind of just didn't create too many good things here. But you cut it away, no less. Now, the Temperance comes under the 23rd. So it seems like, the Temperance and the 23rd, the Mice, right? So the Mice is about little annoyances, those little things that nibble away at you and then eventually blow. And that seems to be what has happened in this past relationship or with someone in your midst just recently. There's little things and they just all add up, and then you just blew. You couldn't handle it anymore. So this was what the Scorpio male was coming across. And it just eats away at you, and you can't put up with it anymore. So under the 2 of Cups, we have 14, which is not good because it really talks about the fox. But it talks about sneaky behavior. But the fox is looking directly at the mice eating away. So it seems like you may have caught someone either cheating or doing things that, I mean, is just really going to piss you off in a relationship. You're not supposed to be doing that. And you caught them, and you kind of, there was little things leading up to it, and you kind of, it finally got exposed and everything, whatever. So there was some sneaky, shady behavior going on. It was really getting to the point of annoyance, and you had to cut it loose. Now, under the Page of Swords, we have the 5, which is talking about health. Going mental health, yes. Clearing that away, right, was the right thing to do. I don't know how long we were in that. I get a sense it wasn't very long, but it may not have been very deep. It may have been longer than it was deep, and that's the thing here, because they're like, we've seen over time there's little annoyances. They're building, and it got to a point where shady behavior had happened, and then that was exposed and brought forth, and then, you know, we were mad because we had to deal with the situation. Now, this thought process, we really need to tune into what happened here. We can't just cut and run. We need to digest what happened and really go over it. And they're going, the Scorpio male is quite fired up here, and we realize that he doesn't want to think about this, but we need to get to a point where we're over it. So we do have to process this. We do have to release those emotions, because we cannot let anything in properly if we are in this 5 of Wands energy. Argumentative, combustible, you know. We cannot draw in a good energy match and it seems like there's one here, okay? Or it seems like the one that you were in seemed like you guys had a good connection, but there's just a lot of sneaky behavior going on, and it's slowly escalating, and it just got to the point where there's going to be nothing left, and there was nothing, and so we left. We cut it off. And I feel like it's the Scorpio male that said, that's enough, I'm done. And that's what happened. So as we move into the romance side here on the Scythe, we have the 5 of Wands. And the 5 of Wands is about going out and being with the buddies. And I mean, you see her with her group of friends. She's right off the stage talking to this dude. So you may have your eye on someone, or are able to get into a mode where you are schmoozing up someone that you are interested in. You got your sights set on someone, and you're going to go outward and let that be known. And under the 23, the mice nibbling away, little annoyances. 3 of coins. So there might have been a point here where you were really trying to make it work, force things, but it wasn't changing. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't working. So there's an essence here of we need to understand why that is. And we need to see the warning signals a little clearer and react a little quicker than we did it through this one. When we see these signs, we know they're bad. We shouldn't be staying. We should be leaving and moving on because we know what it leads to. And this is behavior that we're learning to detect at this point is what I'm getting for the Scorpio male. Now the next card we get is the sneaky behavior. We have the Empress, which is interesting. I've never seen that combo before. So when I get the Empress, I get a sense that this may be more of a karmic relationship than we realize. Now, not saying you go back. The behavior needs to change. It did not change, therefore it does not suit us. So we need to move on. But the Empress is really a symbol that, yes, there was a lot here that we thought we could draw from. And usually the Empress is that, oh, I want to have babies and kids and family and the rest of my life with you, right? And this is the sense I'm getting from the Scorpio male. Is this what I wanted? This is what I thought. But it just kept getting worse and worse. And the reason is because you've seen the signs, but you weren't listening, and now we had a tower moment come over this whole relationship, saying the universe going, we are not. This is not. We feel that pull because, yes, but we have not learned our lesson, so we got to go and find out how to do that. And for our own mental health, we got to move on. So the Page of Swords brings out, you know, the health, and the 5, the tree card from the Lenormand. And yeah, there's something more there. On top of that, we get the 8 of Cups, and that's how you're going to deal with it. You're going to go out and celebrate. You're going to schmooze with the buddies and have a good time without this person, which is fine. We need to get out and do something other than what we were doing with that person. So we got to make sure that we're just not running in the same circles, and then we'll be fine. We need to go through a process, though, to understand this on a mental level, like process all of it. That's really what I'm getting. Now, on the sex side, on the 5 of Wands, we get the 3 of Cups. So we seem to be jiving quite well in the bedroom here. There was a lot of satisfaction going on there, and that's probably the reason the Scorpio male is really upset, because that's usually on a male end, that's where the connection happens. Now, on the 3 of Coins, we get the 4 of Pentacles, or the 4 of Wands, sorry. On the 3 of Coins, we get the 4 of Wands. So that ups the ante. We not only did we enjoy ourselves and we were intimate and sensual, but we were having fun. We connected sexually. It seems like there's an off button here, like we had on a physical level, everything was a 10, but everything outside of that is just not. There's some lessons here. I feel like the partner just not up to par there. Then we have the 3, the Empress, and we have 13, the Death. And that's the thing. We have to end the dream that this is going to be the one that we marry and have children with. Amen. It's not going to go in the direction that we wanted it to go. Okay. Now, under the 8 of Cups here, the celebration with friends, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is about being given kind of the cold shoulder. Here, there's a man at this woman's feet, but she is disinterested. So there may be a scenario here where you are pursuing someone who is not quite interested in you, or at least distracted. So this whole scenario here with the 5 of Canes, you may be showing your how do you say, showing your affections, but it may not be, you know, you may not be getting the response that you're looking for there. So there's a sense here, but the Queen of Pentacles is very dignified and whatever, and I feel like it may be on more of a distraction level, and it may be for another partner. You may have a situation here where she is focused on someone that is not in her midst, crushing maybe, if you want to say that way, and then you are at her feet giving her, but she's got she's looking in a different direction, okay? So she's kind of distracted. She's not taking it in fully 100% in the moment. So those are the energies here. Now, I did that horizontally. I'm going to go vertically. I'm going to rip it apart and see where everything's exactly sitting. Now, we're talking about that fiery energy that the Scorpio male's carrying. And he's single, so he's out. And the sense I'm getting is he just got out of a relationship he thought was going to be long-term, thought was the one. And now he's had to bust it up because some stupid shit happened. So 5 of Wands is about the combusting of all of that, right? All that energy, I'm mad, I'm there, we're cantankerous. So when we get mad, the next card, 8 of Cups, we end up walking away. We get mad, we digest it in our own way, lightly, they said. We're not on solids or just liquids we're digesting. But nonetheless, it's going down. We decide we got to leave, and we go. And they're going, this is a good thing. You know, don't second guess your decision. And then the 10 is the scythe, and that's the cutting away of the relationship. So it really doesn't have, at this point mentally in your mind, you do not have a place to come. They do not have a place to come back to. It is gone. It is done. It is finished. Because the 8 of Cups is turning your back. The scythe is cutting it out. Like we're going in a direction, and we will not be. You tap me on the shoulder, I'm not going to turn around and go back. That's the thing. And then after that, we get the 5 of Canes, which is new directions, new people, going out and meeting and socializing and making sure other people know that I'm single and I'm available. And then on that, when you go one card, there is the 3 of Cups. And I was going into the relationship here, but I feel like there's no hesitation here for the Scorpio male to jump into that physical side of things. Now, so the next line we have 16, the Tower. So that's the incident. That's the whole explosion of whatever happened here. Now, underneath that, we have the Temperance. And that's we got to watch ourselves here that we're not overdoing it. And I feel like the overdoing it is in the resentment to the person. There's a certain flaring out that this Scorpio male is doing. He's really getting angry and taking it out on the partner, though in a certain way it's deserved. But he's just got to control himself, temper himself, because it's just not mature, right? That's what they're going. It's not being mature. We're just flipping out in all areas. We know that this is going to be a hard situation to deal with. We need to deal with it in a more mature manner. And then on top of the Temperance, we get the 23. So the 23 is really that whole situation. There's little things nagging at us. We didn't listen. That's why this Tower hit. Because we didn't listen. We knew what was coming, but we didn't want to hear it. So there comes the Tower, right? So that's kind of, you know, the madness that he's sitting with is like I kind of knew all along, but I wouldn't let it run the show. And that's what happened. So after the 23 is the 3 of Coins, and that's in the romance deck, really forcing issues. You know it's not right, but you're going to try anyway. You know it's not working, but you're going to try anyway. You know there's red flags, but you're going to keep pushing. That's what the 3 of Coins is about. Forcing things in the wrong way. We're trying to force things, and we're not getting anywhere. And that's what's going on. So the end card here on the sex side is about the 4 of Wands, is about good sex. So you may have had that with the partner you had, and that may have been the pull, like I said, on the male side of things. And I don't know, I'd like to hear from some males on this, but I really get energetically that is how they connect. So until they get into that zone, it is really hard for them to make that emotional connection till they get intimate. After the intimacy has been done, it is easier for them to open that heart center and move forward. Now, there was some groovy stuff going on here, but outside of the bedroom, this man did not communicate, could not communicate. And that may have been a dual-edged here. There may have been the partner's issue as well, and whatever. That was the crutch here. Feel like that was part of something you can change in the future. Communication. We need to communicate more about how we feel. So, intimate-wise, this was good, but on all other levels, it was a crash and burn. Okay, so Eight of Pentacles is where we start the next row. And that's really, even though this is kind of like working overtime, putting in extra hours into something, I'm getting a sense here, it's like, I don't want to see. I want to be blocked. I don't want to busy me up so I don't see what's going on. And that's really, you know, the 23 adds to that as well. We want to be busy so we're not looking at our life, because if we look at our life, we're looking at red flags all over the place here, and we got to do something about it, and we don't want to do something about it. Boom, that's it. Because we thought, why? Because we thought this was the one. We thought this is the one, and I don't want to deal with this, because if I look at this, it may have to go, right? And that was really the whole scenario that blew out of the water here. So we get the Two of Cups. Is like, yeah, we felt a good strong connection here, and there was stuff going on, like we thought we were the one, and there was connections, and he was physically as well. And then on top of that, there was the 14, and the 14 is about sneaky behavior, and I feel that is on the Scorpio's partner side. Whoever they were with, their partner was sneaking around doing something they shouldn't have been doing, and they knew better. So they were doing this to keep it from the partner. So that was really what it was. It was like the partner was not engaged with, and I'm not speaking engaged like to be married, but the partner was not engaged with the Scorpio male. She was there to a degree, and there was an object here, but she was not connected in that way. As he felt connected, she was not. And that's why she got away with the sneaky behavior. Meaning, morally, it didn't cross her path not to do this. Okay, so next card is the 3, the Empress. Now, that's on top of the sneaky behavior. So we want to make sure we know damn well who's running around, not doing things, or how do you say, we want to make damn sure that we know that the Empress, because whenever we have the Emperor and the Empress, they're kind of the epitome of the couple, the one, right? So if you have an Emperor and an Empress right side by side, depending on the cards around, that is kind of a soulmate couple, right? Well, we have the Empress here, but there's no sign of the Emperor. And that's kind of the idea I get here, is that the man was putting all the effort in, and she kind of wasn't. She kind of was looser, tied to this relationship than he was. So she has some growing to do, and it's just not a match. And so they just want to make sure that you know that it sits with the Empress here. She's got some work to do. Now, on top of that is the 13, which is the Death card, which is showing again another scythe that we are cutting away, and we need to do this in order to, and they keep saying to me, stay sane. Stay sane. We have to get rid of this in order to stay sane. So I don't know what's going on there, but some trickery, mind games, that kind of thing, kind of trying to drive you nuts. Okay, so the Page of Wands, when we end up in the last row here dissecting everything, the Page of Wands, that's that message coming forth that this man is not listening to. The messages that have come forth to warn him, the red flags, we're talking about wands and fire, red flags that have come through that we're just not, you know, the head's down, we're working on our knitting, and that's it. The picture, right? But you can masculinize that in any way you want, but that's the thing, we're putting our head down, we're not listening. So this is what the result is. So the Page of Wands, you get the Page of Swords. So this is good because we're going from like hectic energy and whatnot. So we're going from like the hectic, fiery energy that made us take action into the Page of Swords, where we're in quiet contemplation. We're in our thoughts now instead of, and I feel like the action was kind of all over the place. He was just kind of like a bear in a China store, you know, just all over, just grab whatever. And there was no kind of organization to all of this. So the Page of Swords symbolizing, yes, we are going to think about things and sort that out. And the universe highly smiling upon that when you do, right? And then the 5, the tree from the Lenormand, is really about the cycles of life. It's about the bigger picture, but it's also about health and issues to do with, you know, and I'm thinking, because they're always saying, yeah, this would have drove you nuts. It was starting to. We realized this, and now we see the whole truth. But moreover, here there's a sense to be balanced and equal. There's a certain word I'm looking for. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but we need to breathe life back into ourselves after this, because the Page of Swords is the quiet contemplation, and the 5 is about reviving. I mean, look how lush that tree looks, right? Rainbows and all of the life codes here. We have to get back up, because I think the Scorpio male was quite brought down by this past relationship. So so that's good, because you have 5, you have health and happiness. You can move forward. It's not like joy like the Sun card, but is a very strong contentment here. And then as we go on top of that, the 8 of Cups, it's like, yeah, we're going to need some time with our buddies, go out and socialize and kind of get shake it off, you know. That's that whole thing. That's that guy thing. I don't know if this is the same. So I don't know if it was the Scorpio male that was doing that last time, but he's still in that phase, and he's going to get there, right? So the last card is the Queen of Pentacles. So we have another object that we can go to, though there may be a sense here that this one's uninterested as well. We're going to watch for someone who may be addicted to emotionally unavailable people, right? So be aware of that. You might have a little bit of a cycle there. Look into something a little deeper, because the feeling I'm getting here is distracted, and maybe when the woman is not distracted, we are not attracted. So we got to be aware that is a little bit of a mishap there. We got to figure out that as well. So that is dissecting them all across and down, kind of tightening up my videos here. But nonetheless, a bit of an incident here where we broke from something that kind of shocked us. But deep down, spiritually, we knew it was coming. We just figured it would be different. It would go down different. So it was quite hard to take. But nonetheless, you get over, you get through, and it is done. And that is a good thing. Now I'm going to go over the overview cards again and kind of tie it up. So the first card you got to overall energy, the whole thing, was the altruism. So that's really about you wanting to be a better you. Take you forward and learn. So that really is the key here. You are going to find that part of you that is going to digest all of this and really take the lessons out of it. So that's good. And I feel like that's naturally come about. I don't feel like the universe is screaming in your ear to do this. I feel like the Tower just laid it all out for you. And now you have no choice but to look at it, because you didn't want to look at it before, but you're looking at it now, and you're going to process it now, because it has to be done. So the altruism just really symbolizing, yeah, I'm going to make me better and go out forward. So that's a known fact. So that's a good thing, because a lot of people don't. They just jump. And then that's when you start looping, right? Because you will not catch another cycle if you process it properly. You will go forward in learning, meaning, or like gaining better quality stuff as you go. But if you do not process, you just jump. You just get more of the same that you had. So because we have no opportunity to realize, well, I'm not gonna, yeah, this is what happened, and it happened because of this. Okay, I don't want to do that again. Just that conscious effort of going over that and realizing that really prevents the energy field from coming back. And a lot of people don't realize this. They just jump, 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 right? So that's the thing. The altruism, we're going to figure it out. We're going to be better, and we're going to do better, and we're going to attract better. And that's the name of the game. So the next card you had was perfection. I feel like you really are trying to perfect this relationship thing. Like, I'm going to get the perfect one, and I'm pretty damn, I thought I was pretty close with this one, but we're realizing now our blind spots. So let's take that forward, because once we illuminate that, then we won't have any of this, right? And then the chaos, well, we're Scorpio and we are fiery. And even though we were a water sign, we have a lot of passion and, you know, emotions that go outward. And the chaos seems to follow because we sometimes can't control our anger. Okay, because all these emotions running around, we're really deep feelers. And it's amazing because as deep as you feel, I do not feel that the partner that you had was a match to that in that way. Every other way, and especially in intimacy ways, there was a lot of fun going on, but there wasn't an emotional connection on the other end as deep as you can dive into that well and dig for, right? It wasn't a match. So again, so we might have been maybe, you know, wowed by looks or, you know, something like that, or, and that was, you know, more of a superficial thing, and now we're realizing that that's something we have to take into account when we move forward. So hopefully that will help you. I'm saying hopefully, but it will help you, because just the processing of your own energy center alone is going to help you gain a better partner on the other end. So look forward to that. So for the winter of 2018 into 2019 here, so in the north, we're in North America, October, November, December, January, February, March, this is the span of time this is going to unfold over, okay? So, and if you are watching and you care to have more readings during the year, check out my Facebook page, Infinity Readings and Reviews. I'll post it in the link below there. Go in there. It's free. Like, some people are asking me, how much do you pay? I'm like, no, you don't pay. Just click. All you have to do is click, get in there, and then you have access to all my weekly readings. And I do Monday, Tuesdays. I'm going to be doing something for sure. And then through the week, we'll see what I can fit in. But Mondays, I'll usually do readings, and Tuesdays, I do the trend was masculine and feminine reports. So these are insights into the masculine and feminine energies as a general, to help with our biggest clogs. Where are we clogged? And get that free flowing. So it really gives you access to information. And if you're single, this can really, really highlight things for you to, I mean, it's going to be a benefit. There's no two ways. So that's the deal. Infinity Readings and Reviews on Facebook. Check it out if you want more information or more readings. And in the meantime, take care over the winter season. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year, because it'll encompass all of that time. Take care, have fun, and